What's up? Thank you for joining me. I am here today to show you how to take a razor and how to cut like a 1970s Farrah Fawcett fringe. Hi, my name is Ben Mollin, and I'm originally from the south side of Chicago, but I currently live in Munster, Indiana. I am here today at Paul Henry's Art Gallery, working with 4 amazing people that have come from the Midwest and as far as Florida on their stage presentation techniques. So let's get started. Now, I don't know about you, but when the 70s started to make the comeback, I was scared to death of going super short in the front and making my client look like one of the Beatles. Can we all relate? Well, check this out. First thing that you're going to need is a razor. Second thing, a comb. And the third thing, a positive mindset and some technical ability. So let's get started. So as I comb everything forwards, the first thing I want to do is look at the face shape and everything around it. Now, she's got a pretty smoking cut going on right now. But let me ask you a question. How many of your clients will come into you and say, hey, I want my head to look fucking huge, and I want my nose to stand out that people can actually see it across the street? Said nobody. So here's a tip and a little bit of a life hack. If you're looking at bangs and thinking about doing bangs and you start to giggle inside because you think that person's going to look like an asshole, don't do it. So what do? I'm about to show you. I'm going to hold the hair out at right around 45 degrees. Now, I'm going to be looking at both of the high points of the eyebrow. I'm going to pull it down with light tension. And I'm going to start from one side, and I'm lightly going to go through all the way to the other. Now that I have that completed, I'm going to do the same thing, but now I'm going to go from right to left. 45 degrees, going from right to left. So let's talk about heaviness. How many times do you go in there and you're cutting the front of the head and you've done it and you realize that it's just super, super bulky? It almost kind of looks like a muffin or like a piece of bread, almost like a sub sandwich, right? So once I've held that hair at 45 degrees straight out, don't be afraid to go in there and change your elevation. So let me show you. So if I start off at 45 degrees, now I'm going to go up to 90. And your bulk is going to lay only within the top side of the hair. So I'm going on top of the fingers because all I'm doing is softening those areas right in through the top. My advice to you is to not overthink it and to keep it simple. So now that I've softened some of the areas in the front, let's move on to the sides. Now, when I first started doing a lot of razor cutting, the question that I would always ask myself is, how far back do I go, right? Like, how many times are we super, super afraid that we're just going to do too many layers, and the next thing we know, we have this like Rachel from Friends, but not in the best of ways. So what I've noticed is that if I go right before that hairline, that this is a really good area for me to work as sectioning. So 45 degrees works really good when I'm doing the fringe. So I'm going to go ahead and bang this side out real quick, but let me show you how. Now, I don't want this to be super, super, super long, but also I don't want it to be completely blended in with the sides that I have right now. So this is when visualization comes into cue. Now, I don't know about you guys out there, but how many times do we actually walk away from our work before we're about to get started? A lot of times as hairdressers, what we do is we pigeonhole with what's in front of us. So I'm looking at the hair as I'm going, and to be honest with you, it kind of looks cute right now. So let's overemphasize that just a little bit. We have the sections out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off at 45 degrees with light tension, and as I work my way down to the front, I'm also going to drop the elevation on top of it, and that's how I'm going to create some softer face trimming layers without taking up too much length. Thank you so much. My name is Ben Mollin, drops the razor and walks away.